Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Lena and welcome back to another video. So please, don't judge me. I have a cold and my voice is just not feeling it today. So between that and the fact that I'm just going to tell you all the books that are more kind of well known in the booktube sphere or in English literature in general that I have not read probably yet, some I will never read, but yeah, don't judge me today. This video might be too long. Maybe, I don't know yet. It's a long list, okay? It's a long list, so they are not in any particular order. So we're just going to go with it. I just checked my Goodreads shelf and it's just like, yeah, I haven't read this one. We're going to start with, I think that it's not as popular, but it has a TV show adaptation, so it's fairly well known. So this is the Rook, and this is book 1 in a series called the Cheque Files, could be, by Daniel, oh my god, my voice, by Daniel O'Malley. I do really want to read this series. It's apparently about kind of spies, but they can change bodies, and there are some fantasy elements on it. So I'm quite excited, but at the same time, I've been wanting to read this book for 3 years. I haven't done it yet, so but I still do want to read it. So you might need to make me do it, because even though some books here I don't want to read, some of them I do really want to read. So please make me prioritize them. But yeah, this is the first one. I don't know why. Oh my god, this is my window. Give me a sec. But yeah, I do want to read this. When will it happen? I don't know. Well, I made this list before my TBR for this month, but I have here The Grace of Kings by Ken Liu, which was supposed to be here, but it's actually on my TBR pile for this month. So I'm just going to fix this. Also, I'm so happy to say to you that I have read Assassin's Apprentice. Finally, I can take the shame of this. I can say it out loud. Finally, I'm so happy. I'm so happy that I have finally done it. But yeah, I'm just like happy. I have finally read a Robin Hood book. Finally. But yeah, both The Grace of Kings and Assassin's Apprentice were on my TBR for this month, and I have already read Assassin's Apprentice, but I also have to read The Grace of Kings. I'm so happy. I'm feeling like a true reader. I'm just so excited. Then I have not read Theft of Swords by Michael J. Sullivan. Yeah. I actually own the entire series. I own the bind-ups. I think they are total like 6 books, but in the bind-ups there are 3 books. Yikes. I do want to read them. I have planned to read them this year, but it didn't work. It didn't work well. I'm gonna try and fit them next month. I could try that. But yeah, the only thing that I know about the series is that the main duo protagonist is just like super cool, and they are just great friends. So that's basically all I know. This series is really well loved, so that makes me excited. But yeah, I need to read this one. I'm really ashamed of this one because I have actually owned the entire trilogy for like almost 2 years, since before I made this channel. Yeah, I don't have an excuse for this. It's just like it didn't happen. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really need to read this one, don't I? Yeah. Then another one that I'm quite ashamed of. Blood Song by Anthony Ryan. I tried to read The Waking Fire, but it wasn't for me. I wasn't feeling it at that time, so I put it down. I DNF'd it for a bit. But I do really want to read Blood Song. I haven't bought it because I don't like mass market paperbacks, and I hate the cover for like the normal size paperback, so I don't know what to do because I think that it's overly expensive and also ugly as hell. So I don't know, it's this one. This one is the one that I hate. I do like this one, but this only comes like in the mass market paperback, at least here. So it makes me mad. It's actually about a kind of Assassin's Apprentice too. So I really want to read this one, but this cover is just so ugly. So ugly. I just can't. Oh, this was like a super popular contemporary on BookTube for a bit. This is We Are the Ants by Sean David Hutchinson. And I remember hearing so much about this book. What are you doing, Kat? And I remember hearing so much about this book, but yeah, the hype kind of died down. And right now I'm just like, do I really want to read this? I kind of want to because it has aliens. Apparently, this kid is given the choice to push this button and just kind of end humanity, or just think about it for a while and then decide. Something like that, I'm not sure. But yeah, the concept actually sounds quite intriguing to me. So I do really like that type of novel. But at the same time, I'm just like, it's going to be so much contemporary that I'm just not going to enjoy it. So I don't know. But yeah, I'm confused. I don't know. I don't know what to do. What should I do? Oh, this one. This one is a hard blow. I have also not read Nevermore, or basically The Trials of Morrigan Crow. I'm sorry, I know this is super popular and it's actually super good, but I'm not that into middle grade, but I'm still really curious about this one though. That's why it's on my TBR. So yeah, I'm curious enough to read it, but I'm not in a rush to get to it, you know? I'm just like waiting for that mood when I want like something kind of happy, something heartwarming, something like that. But yeah, right now is not the time. I'm more into dark fantasy at the moment. So I don't think that it's going to work right now. Yeah, I've heard so many people talk about this one, loving this one, but I don't really remember exactly what it was about. Then I have here The Hazelwood. I do really want to read The Hazelwood because I remember that time on BookTube where everyone was reading it, but there were so many mixed opinions. It actually has like a 3.5 on Goodreads, which is such a weird rating for a book with so many ratings. It has like 62,000. So I'm super curious about it, and I actually think from what I heard that I'm going to enjoy it. So I'm still quite curious about it. Apparently, it's about I don't know if it's a mother and her daughter or a grandmother. I'm not sure, but basically the older one goes missing and the young one goes to find her into this wood with all the apparent kind of fairy tales that her mother slash whatever was whatever she was told her were actually real, and they are just all living in this forest. So yeah, I'm curious. I do want to read this one, but maybe one day. It still has to happen, but it will. Then we have the Wrath on the Dawn by Renee Adie. I don't want to read this one. It's just as simple. I was kind of curious when I started watching BookTube because it was pretty popular at the time. But at the same time, I'm just so sure that I'm not going to like it right now. I'm just like 100% sure. But yeah, right now I have no real interest in reading this. Is it Returning of the One? Fuzzy Night? I don't remember the name of the original one. But yeah, I really have no interest in reading it. And lately, I've heard so awful reviews about it that I just don't care anymore. Ooh, this one's gonna sting. I also haven't read The Burr and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden, but I do really want to. I actually, where is it? Is it here? It should be here. Am I like blind? It should be somewhere here. It's here. I did buy it. I do own it. So yeah, I want to read them. I don't know. I think that I'm just waiting for like the perfect wintry time. And I love anything set in Russia. I just really like Russian folklore and Russian literature. So I'm really excited. I think that I'm going to actually really enjoy this one. I've heard that it's quite slow, but I don't really mind that. So I'm excited. Will I read it this winter? I hope so. Because every time that someone is just like, oh, but if you like the Burr and the Nightingale, you're going to love this. And I'm just like, I haven't read that one either. Oh, you can see this one. Oh no, I moved it. Damn it, wait a second. I also haven't read Sabriel by Garth Nix, but I bought it this week. I just really, really want to read this one right now. I'm just feeling the Necromancy already, and I'm in love with this cover. It's just like, oh, so beautiful. Once I saw it, I was just like, I need these new covers. I'm in love, even though I do really love these ones. But this is just like, perfect. But yeah, I'm kind of hoping that I will just get this one out of this list soon, please, because it's just like such a well-known YA series. But yeah, everyone seems to like really, really love it. So I'm just like, I want to read it so bad. I've been meaning to read this one for like 2 years almost. So yeah, it's going to happen. I promise it's going to happen. And I also have here Poison Study by Mary V. Snyder. This wasn't like super huge, like popular, but it was really popular on the channels that I used to watch. So I was always curious about it, like curious enough to put it on my TBR. But I don't know if right now I will ever see it. I will see it. If right now I will ever read it, if I'm honest. There was like a good offer on the bind up. It was like the first 6 books for like 18 euros, which is still like, yeah. But at the same time, I'm just like, I'm curious, but I'm not as curious, you know? But on the other hand, I'm just like, maybe this is just like what happened to me with The Kiss of Deception. I wasn't like expecting much of it, but then I loved it. So I'm just like, maybe something would happen. I don't know. Should I know? Should I? Oh, Caraval by Stephanie Garber. I have 0 interest in this one. I was curious enough for a time, because I kind of do like fairs and such, so I was maybe. But if I tell you the truth, now that the whole trilogy is out, I just don't care that much, and I haven't really heard anyone talk about it now. You know, it was like really popular when it came out, but now kind of has really died down. So I don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen. But yeah, and it's also apparently really heavy on the romance aspect of it, so I'm not into that at all. Oh, you're so going to kill me for this, because I said multiple times that I really love post-apocalyptic, apocalyptic viruses, anything like that. But you know what I haven't read? Station 11. I haven't read that one at all. But yeah, I'm so ashamed of this one. Like really, I'm sorry. I don't want to read this one. I actually own it on Kindle, but I don't know, I have the same feeling as with We Are the Ants, like that it's going to be more contemporary than the genre that I really want to, or that I really want. So I mean, I don't know, but it has so many good ratings, so what should I do? I do have to read it, right? I should. I 100% should. I should, right? Yeah, I probably. So, yeah, let's just continue. Oh, I know this one. I haven't also read Fallen Kingdoms by Morgan Rhodes. When I first started watching BookTube, this was so popular. The last 2 books were about to come out or something like that, or the second to last had already come out, but the last one hadn't. I don't exactly remember, but it was super popular when I first joined BookTube. Well, when I first watched BookTube, everyone was just like, oh, this is the YA Game of Thrones. I was kind of naive at the time, but I wasn't that naive. I knew that this wasn't going to be Game of Thrones at all. I was actually reading Game of Thrones at that time. Dude! But yeah, I was pretty convinced that I wasn't going to love it as much. So I was just like, nah, I'm just going to pass this one. I actually got the first one for one of my friends because she was just like, oh, I want like a fantasy with many fantastical elements and political intrigue and such, like Game of Thrones. I was just like, oh, I got you, boo. But yeah, well, I just don't care. And the hype has died down so fast. So fast. I've never heard anyone talk about this series this year. Anyone. And I've watched like more than 100, probably 100 different channels. So yeah. Oh, this one I'm kind of ashamed, but at the same time I just don't really care. This is the Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. I just watched the TV show. I love the TV show. It's one of the few shows that make me cry with every damn episode. It's just, it makes me feel so bad that I just kind of cry, like have like a tear slowly. Oh, it's just such a it's a terrible show, but it's so good. So yeah, I just don't have like any real interest on reading the book because I just love this show so much that I don't think that the book's going to meet those same expectations, those same feelings. So I'm just going to pass. I was kind of curious about the Testaments, but I've heard so many people that I follow said that it was terrible, that it was not at all like the Handmaid's Tale. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm just going to pass on both. But if you tell me that I should read it, I will read it, I promise. Then the Darkest Minds, I just don't care. I just, one of my friends already had read this and he was just like, it's not worth it. Just don't bother. If you're too bored, just watch the movie, but it's just garbage. This is the books. And I was just like, okay, man. But yeah, I just have no real interest on it. I haven't also read Truthwitch. I do want to read it. I'm curious enough of this series because, I don't know, the last book sounds quite good. So I'm really curious about it. But I bought the first one. I have it. It's just down there. I'm just so lazy to get it. But yeah, I will eventually get into this series, but I'm not in a rush. Then Cinder, I just don't care. Don't care at all about retellings. So yeah, it has to be like a really, really interesting source material for me to actually read it. Like the 12 Dancing Princesses in the House of Salt and Sorrows. I was just really into that one. But if it's just like Cinderella and such, I just don't care. Nah, at all. I know this series is very well loved by so many people, but I just have no interest on getting into this one. I'm kind of curious if there's going to be like an adaptation. Then I might try it, but nope. Let's just go with the adult things again. I also haven't read Black Leopard, Red Wolf by Marlon James because there's apparently a animal abuse and so many things surround with animals. I just don't have the stomach for it. You can give me anything with humans, I don't fucking care, but animals, no, that's my line. I just can't. So I'm pretty sure that I'm not going to read this because I'm just going to suffer so fucking much that I just don't want to. I was kind of interested the first time it came out, but no. After hearing some reviews, I'm just like, no, this is not going to be for me. Then, as a fan of sci-fi, I'm so ashamed of the next ones. I haven't read Planetfall by Emma Newman. I do really want to, and so many people have said that it's amazing, so I really, really want to get to it. I own the audiobook, so I will do it. Then, Revelation Space by Alistair Reynolds. I have not read anything by Alistair Reynolds, so shame on me. And also from Ian Banks. I haven't done it. I'm sorry. I'm just like, it didn't came to my mind when I first started reading more sci-fi. So they're just like there. One day we'll do it. I do really want to read Revelation Space. I do really, really, really want to get to that one. I think that is going to be my jump perfectly. So yeah, I'm just really excited for that one. In Contact. I haven't read Contact by Carl Sagan. Don't yell at me, please. I'm just like a YouTube person. I want the new paperback that came out last year, I think, but it's so expensive for a paperback. And the other edition is just so ugly. So I'm just like, I want it so bad, but it's so ugly. I want an ugly book. It's just so superficial, I know, but I hate ugly books. I mean, I will have to look at them every day. So I'm not feeling like an ugly book, but I will get to this one, like 100%. I have also not read The Giver. I know that this is a pretty popular book, especially in America, but I haven't. It's not like a well-known book here. In fact, the name here is terrible. So I don't know what happened there, but I'm curious. I'm really curious about this one. I will read it 100%. I've heard that the sequels are not that good, but I will get a chance. But I will give this one a chance. I do want to read it. I haven't read Neuromancer either. I'm such a terrible sci-fi reader. Holy fucking shit. But yeah, I own it. It's somewhere here. Isn't it here? It's right here. I have Neuromancer and Count Zero, so I will read them. But yeah, I'm just terrible. And also, I haven't read anything by Octavia E. Butler, which I'm fixing this month. I'm reading The Parable of the Sewer. Sewer. I just don't know that word. It's just a little. But yeah, I'm fixing it this month. I promise. Oh my god, I'm exposing myself so bad. In the last two ones, first one is Born. I haven't read Born, even though I really like sci-fi in New Year. I just haven't done it. And Monica just keeps saying that it's fantastic, but I still haven't done it. Sorry. But yeah, I'm really excited to read this one. I will 100% read it. And the last one that I have here, oh no, I have two more, sorry. The first one is Blindness by Jose Saramago. I do own it. I plan on reading it. It's a very well-known popular book, especially in Spanish. So I will 100% read it. It's just completely my jam. And it also has like a movie adaptation, which is kind of okay, apparently. So I don't know. And the last one is The Winner's Curse. I know that this is a really well-loved YA series again, but it's just so heavy on the romance for what I understand that I don't think that I would read it. I'm still curious enough because I've heard Emily from Books with Emily Fox say that it was actually quite good for being a romance fantasy. So I don't know what to do. Should I not? I don't know. Would I like it? I don't know. Have you read it? Let me know. So yeah, that's my list. I think there are a couple of them more. There are a couple more, but I'm not ready to expose myself like that. But yeah, that's going to be all for today. Please, if you have read any of these books and you think that I should 100% read them, please let me know. I will push them up on my TBR because I have like a TBR over 1,000 books. So yeah, so many things get lost there. But yeah, please just let me know down in the comments below. And I will see you in the next one, my guys. Bye!